Elegy, the paradise of the rich and the resting dead. The tiny, mad idea embalmed. That's what Elegy really is. A museum of desire preserved in formaldehyde, where the rich buy eternity in wax. Happy Glades isn't heaven. It's the ego's gated community. The final fantasy of form, peace without spirit, control without life. 3 astronauts arrive 655 million miles from Earth. But as A Course in Miracles says, the world was made as an attack on God, so distance means nothing. They have only traveled deeper into the same dream. Everywhere they look, people are frozen mid-gesture, playing cards, watering flowers, waltzing in endless perfection. These are the monuments of the rich, the idols of better times, embalmed in nostalgia. The ego loves this. It says, I will have peace, but I will have it my way. And so it builds a paradise where nothing moves, because movement means change, and change means loss. Jeremy Wickwire, the Wicked Wire, is the butler of this stillborn heaven. He is the circuitry of mechanized order that traps the spirit in form. Polite, precise, and obedient, he is the mind's last defense against awakening. When the astronauts meet him, they meet the custodian of death disguised as peace. He explains that this cemetery was founded in 1973, the same time the Course was being scribed, as if spirit and ego each began their final offerings that year. One teaching life eternal, the other selling it. Happy Glades was built for those who could afford to die beautifully. The poor never made it this far. The rich could purchase their fantasy and live it forever, embalmed in the image of what they loved most. But love in form is always grief deferred. Wickwire serves them wine, the eternifying fluid. They drink it, thinking they are safe, thinking they are home. But as the poison works, he speaks the line that seals the illusion. Because you are men, there can be no peace. In the ego's world, peace and personhood cannot coexist. As long as the identity of man remains, the war continues. They wish to be on their ship heading home. Wickwire grants the wish, but only as statues. 3 perfect corpses posed at their stations, dreaming they are going home. That's the ego's version of resurrection. Stillness without spirit. Heaven as taxidermy. And that's the metaphysical turn. The world itself is Happy Glades. A grand cemetery of the mind. Bodies are tombstones. Time is embalming fluid. Every perfect moment preserved by memory is just another plot in the graveyard of form. The Course says the world is a picture of the crucifixion of God's Son. That's Happy Glades, the Son dreaming he's dead, pretending it's paradise. The astronauts stand for humanity's last defense of real. They touch the statues and say, it feels like flesh and blood. That's the line of every dreamer who still believes perception proves existence. The ego calls flesh and blood real. Spirit calls it a costume. And so the astronauts die believing they've found peace. But their peace is the peace of the grave. No movement, no mind, no awareness. Just the final tableau of form, perfectly preserved. When the curtain closes, Serling calls it a laughing fate. That's the cosmic irony, the joke on death itself. Because even this mausoleum of desire cannot last. The wax will melt, the suns will fade. And what remains will not be frozen. It will be the living stillness that cannot die. Elegy is the poem of the dead who think they're alive. It's the lament for those who built their heaven out of marble and mirrors, thinking the reflection would never fade. It's the elegy for wealth, control and preservation, for the idea that love could be owned. And yet within its stillness, something holy whispers. There is no death, and what was never real cannot die. The frozen dancers are already forgiven. The astronauts are already home. The caretaker sleeps. And the dream, the entire cemetery, will vanish in a puff of pink smoke. Because even an elegy, once understood, is no longer a lament. It becomes a resurrection,